Hey everyone and welcome back. Some bits and pieces to do today. I've got the exhaust for the YBR over there, so I want to get that kind of on. I want to start at least the base coat for the YBR tank. I want to run fuel lines on this CB200s. Currently it will start, run and ride, yes. But if you leave it idle for 6, 7, 8 minutes, it cuts out and starts up immediately straight away afterwards. Not quite sure what that is at this stage, but not overly worried. What I want to do is be able to start it, take it out, come back. Alright, Costa. Take it out, up and down, come back, see how it is, take it up. You know, ultimately it will be riding. It should sit in idle all day long, but at times I think if you're out on the road and riding, I want to see if it's an issue out there. So I do want to make this usable at some point, ideally this week. My thoughts with the fuel line is I want to come around here, possibly around the top here, and then go to the other side. So I'll have a split here where kind of like this, what I've done, but instead of going down left and right, I'd be one would be going down to the other carb. This side will go down to there, and that side will go all the way around. I know it seems nuts, but the actual fuel hose sits, the tap sits here, or even here, so there is no room to do anything down there. And one of the taps flows better than the other one, and it's probably not an issue, but it just bugs me. So I'm going to be doing 2 into 1 here like this, 2 into 1, and then splitting off from there into the carbs. And because the fuel level is higher, it will find its way into the carbs. There's no issue there. So kind of nitty bits and pieces really. I can see down here that I've got an engine bolt that's out, so I need to kind of just tighten and nip everything up. The exhausts are all a bit loose, so again just tighten everything up. And that's what you was hearing rattling in the last videos you saw. It was all that, and this casing was loose. So it's kind of about piecing it together properly now, instead of it being a massive old project, you see. But that's not today. I'm very much in the not filming mood today. It's rare that happens. So I'm forcing myself to pick up a phone. I'm spraying down here on the floor. It's terrible practice. It's not good practice. But the tank's full of fuel, and it's a fuel injected bike, so it doesn't spill out. And my pump's broke. I'm actually collecting a new pump today, but it's going to be later, and I do want to get this done. So I'm painting on the floor. Terrible practice. YBR, of course, we have the new exhaust. Sadly, it looks like the old exhaust. I think it's a bit shorter though. I hope it's a bit shorter. It'll work. It'll just do what it's meant to do. It'll go on the bike. We can't make the same mistake the last person did. We have to make sure it's secure at the rear, because it's not the right exhaust for the bike. It's the right exhaust for the engine. It fits the engine perfectly, but depending on how you hang it is the issue. That's why it snapped. So I also need to make one of these holes bigger, or just cut off the end pieces. I'm probably going to do that straight away. So if you imagine a line down here and a line down here, and you just cut off the end piece, or maybe actually it's probably going to be a straight line there and there, because it's slightly offset, isn't it? Very slightly offset. So we're there. It's tiny. So I think if I cut off to that angle on there, we'll be able to get that. It will still slide in, and it will still be secure. There's no issues there. Cool. So I should probably let me just hold it up against the bike and see how it looks. Let me get the tripod so we can all see. I am hoping it looks better than the last one. The last one was pretty terrible looking, wasn't it? Yeah, there you go, look. Bolted up to there. There you go. That's spot on. We're so close here on the, that's such a shame. So close to the bolt there. That looks fine to me, guys. Yeah, so it'll bolt straight through there. Good, I'm happy. get this on to here. You might need to extend it, that's fine. And that's it where it should be correct, yes. That's actually a bit further back. I can still get a bolt through, I'm sure. So close up there, so close. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's, wherever you want there, we'll get this sorted. So people may or may not like this, but I've actually flaked on some silver, and it looks quite messy, but I quite like that. I kind of getting a bit sick of doing bog standard paint jobs. I'm going to seal that in with good gloss. I've got the good stuff, the petrol resistant stuff. That's it, it's where we're going to go with it, because it's a silver and black bike overall. So flaking in a bit of silver, good idea. I'm just cleaning up this. There was lots of overspray from the original paint job, so I'm just cleaning up the bright work. I'm tempted to take this off. I feel like they look neater. I may take it off and offer it as a, you know, as an extra, but I may build it with it off. I'm not quite sure what they look like. I need to get the seat and put it on and see, but I think it will look neater with it off. Not sure what the MOT thing is there though. I'd need to check. But yeah, because you should have a grab handle. You should have at least, I think it's one or the other. Foot pegs or grab handle, it's whatever it is. But I mean, ultimately, I can leave it like this for MOT eventually, can't I? And then I can take off, I think, the rear and give it to them. Cool. Right, I'm all over the place. I started chopping away the little section here, and I broke a bit, so I just need to change it. But I'll do that now in between coats. I'm going to start layering on the good stuff. So I've got clear coat going on all over the place. I'm happy with it. I'm glad I got it done as well. It will need some cutting down tomorrow. I have to be careful how far I'm going to go with the cutting down. Last time it was a bit of a pain, wasn't it? Maybe tomorrow I'll just jump straight to 1500. Actually, I'll see how orange peely it is first. But otherwise, straight to 1500. But ultimately, it has to be one flat level before you can polish it back up well. So I need to remember that. Over here, look how nice the bright work came out. Using a cheap chrome cleaner. That's crazy, look. Wow. Okay. Cool. We're looking alright. Let's get this exhaust on. That's the next step. We'll get the exhaust on, and yeah, let's get it on and bolted, and then we can put the keep the plastic pieces until nearer the end. What I'm debating is if I want to clean and dust any of this while we're here. I almost want to take this off and black it anyway. Dust all the swing arm. I say dust, you know, clean it, clear some of the rust. I might even use the black hammerite thick coat there. It might even be better for the long term. But yeah, I'm basically contemplating what I do down here. It's not terrible. It's not great. This bike really kind of has Chineseness to it. It's really hard to explain, but if you didn't know this was a Yamaha, I could easily be working on a Chinese bike. That's in the components, the engines, just everything I'm touching at the moment feels very Chinesey. Maybe it is built, I'm not sure, in China. Cool. I don't know how far to go with it. Even the wheels, look, at some point they were painted, but they were painted badly, so you have to debate now whether you repaint them properly or do what, you know. It's kind of just going to look like a rough-ish bike. But saying that, it's a 2016 fuel-injected Yamaha, so it's still, you know, it's still 1250-ish for a bike. Yeah, cool. Let's keep going. Let's get this exhaust on.
The next day.
Hi everyone, and welcome back. I've been here for an hour already or so, but my neighbour was servicing his friend's Moto Guzzi, so I didn't film to give him some space. So currently, this new master cylinder is so good, so good. It's brilliant, and it was cheap and reasonably priced as well. It is brilliant. This brake is rock solid, so good. Bike starts. It took a bit more cranking than I would like for it to start. It doesn't now because I've had it started, but it did this morning. Bothered me a little bit. But I think once it's being used more regularly, that will ease up. It needs a good run. It needs to get clean the carb through and stuff like that. In hindsight, I probably should have cleaned the carb. I mean, I didn't think it needed it because it fired so easily. I feel like it was run not that long ago, but it wouldn't have hurt. So I may still get bored one day and give the carb a good clean, but I'm not sure yet. My biggest issue currently is that I can't get the rear bulb to work, even though it was working at some point. And it's a weird thing. So right now the bulb should be on. If I'm on one click, the bulb should be on. The front bulb is on. Okay, yeah. And the brake light is working, look. Yeah. But the running light isn't on. So the running light is a separate circuit. It's the yellow here. However, the yellow does appear to be powered. So why? I've tried 3 bulbs now, all good bulbs. For the life of me, I can't work out what's going on. The earth's good, and the earth, we know the earth's good anyway because it's changing over. So I haven't done it yet. Let me put the clip on 1. Right, so we're on 1. Okay, so if I push this up now, we are on full time. Look. So we're on full time there, and then of course if I press the there you go. And of course if I press the brake switch from there, there's no change because that is the high. So why is the high on full time now when I've switched it and not on full time before? Because it's obviously now not linked to the brake switch. So it's a really weird. I can't quite work out what's going on here. It will come to me after. I'll work it out. But at the moment I can't quite work why the high beam's happy to be on full time on that circuit and the brake light circuit stops. So we've got a couple of things there. A bit slow on the start up. I'll have to keep an eye on over the next few days. I'll have to start it up lots. Ideally I want to circulate fresh oil at some point if I've got enough. And secondly, we need that rear light to be on while obviously at the right time. So I'm going to go and get my multimeter so that we can really just check the wiring here, and we'll go from there. I was hoping to get this in MOT over the next couple of days. Side panels look brilliant, so good. I love the extra bit of spray over the top. I just think it's different. They don't need cutting back or anything. The tank, we're in the dark, so it's hard to see, but tank looks good. The tank has cleared smoother than it did last time. Actually, you can see some orange peel. I don't know till I get out in the light exactly what it will need, but that's the YBR. But I'm going to wait for a bit. Let's try and get this benelli kind of out of the way. So I'll go and grab the multimeter and we'll see that both wires are powered. And if they are, my guess is that the housing unit is playing up in some way.